Ah, your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is. Engine power output is nominal.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that. No kidding. I'm glad you keep the kitchen stocked. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn! I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess, sir. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor. such as this. I've got cannabinoids, city bits if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Never know what being frozen did to your brain. There's always a chance you might turn violent. I've no desire to end up like Thompson. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my cannabinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. Oh, goodness, no. I would survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the ether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I lose consciousness and die of hypoxia. Life outside work? No! Of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The host colonists won't revive themselves, you know. Remarkably well. After all, I managed to revive you without too many adverse side effects. Or even having a real conversation. That's progress. I'm just waiting for news from Hiram Life. I'm quite sure he knows the location of those chemicals. Get me those chemicals, and I'll revive the hope. Revive the hope, put a stop to the board. Stop the board, save the colony from destruction. Cause and effect. Simple, really. My progress is tied to your progress. We're in this together, my friend. I'm well aware of your scientific acumen, but you're far better suited to working in the field than I am. Leave the blackboard work to me. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the hope. Get it? We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I feel my last dose of cannabinoid fading.
Oh, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain. We reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Nothing but the void here, Captain. I just still leave it cold, dark, and derelict.
Something you need?
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape. I think not. The refueling system at Cascadia's landing pad logged your ship ID. You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in this sporting mood. I assure you that was never my intention. See you soon, Captain.
The Helio gunship remains docked at the station. They must intend to board with a full squad of troops.
You know, next time we get a party, we can go with guns blazing. Save us a bit of time.
That little double-white trash pop out anywhere.
There are worse, but we wouldn't have to hurt anybody.
Processing data.
Incoming!
Processing data. Investing. Resetting threat level. Unexpected noise.
Incoming!
Processing data. Security actions. Processing data. Alt. Beginning security. Returning to control mode. Unexpected.
Here they come!
Process. Searching for unauthorized. Security threat eliminated. Processing.
like a raft among the rocks.
Huh?
System. Security patrol initiated.
By me, Captain. had been left here. All along. Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada Pierce. Hold on a tick. Don't we know Short Train? From Cascadia?
Warning! Intruders will be... Oh, it's you. We arrived at the groundbreaker. Captain, I must say, your thrilling management of the UDL troops at HRS-1084 was masterful to... remotely keep apprised of. Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain. I'll have those dismantled. You can never be too careful when moving into someone else's territory. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big, something none of us were meant to know. Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain? Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
Right. I'm done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words payment and/or shooting.
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions. If we're going to see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull. Just think of it as salvaging hope from the smoking wreckage of humanity. This is your initiation to a future with Sublight. Want a steady position in our ranks? Buy one with a bullet. Well, there's your usual fee. What else do you want, a promotion? It's yours. Even better. I'll owe you one. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cysty pig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. You've got me all wrong. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage. Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive. Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep. This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up? Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's Brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon. Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth, something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are. Fucking right we are.
Welcome aboard, Captain. We're now in orbit above Fulcrum, Captain.
You seen Arthur today?
Used to be, I had to correct for a bit of leftward drag. Got used to standing just so. After a while, it put a thorn in my side. Lately, though, it ain't pulling. I find my stance much improved.
Oh, that's really good to hear. It took me a while to... never mind. Look out! Everyone all right?
As I was telling you. What? Girl, have you been touching my stuff?
I'm sorry, I should have asked. I just got real bored and I see you leaving. I'm sitting right there.
You know, the last time I caught someone messing with my equipment, I threw him in a sulfur pool. But I appreciate it. We'll make modifications.
I am really disappointed with some of the statements that President-elect Trump has made. For example, saying that, quote, we won't give him, referring to Governor Newsom, money to put out all his fires, and if we don't give him money to put out fires, he's got a problem. I assume you will agree with me that withholding disaster relief by President Trump or any other chief executive of the United States is a violation of his duty and of law.
Well, Senator, leadership has consequences. And looking at the tragedy that's happening in
I want to
California
ask you
is
yes or no, with all due respect. It's an easy...
What's happening in California is the ramification of many decisions over many years. But under my leadership at the Department of Homeland Security, there will be no political bias to how disaster relief is delivered to the American people.
So if President Trump were to say to you, we're going to withhold money from Connecticut, or Michigan, or any of the states, Iowa, because we don't like the governor or we don't like the politics of the state, you would stand up to him and say, Mr. President, we need to allocate that.
Hold the Constitution and the rule of law in this country, and he will do that, and I'll be hypotheticals, which is what you're asking me to do, but what I will tell you is that as Secretary, I will do the same. I will deliver the program as the
Well, it's more than a hypothetical, with all due respect, and I apologize for interrupting you, but it's more than a hypothetical. It's holding money from Washington State and elsewhere. I am really disappointed with the statements that President-elect Trump has made. For example, saying that, quote, we won't give him, referring to Governor Newsom, money to put out all his fires, and if we don't give him money to put out fires, he's got a problem. I assume you will agree with me that withholding disaster relief by President Trump or any other chief executive of the United States is a violation of his duty and of law.
Well, Senator, leadership has consequences, and looking at the tragedy that's happening in
I want to
California
ask you
is
yes or no, with all due respect. It's an easy...
what's happening in California is the ramification of many decisions over many years. Under my leadership at the Department of Homeland Security, there will be no political bias to how disaster relief to the American
So if
people.
President Trump were to say to you, we're going to withhold money from Connecticut, or Michigan, or any of the states, Iowa, because we don't like the governor or we don't like the politics of the state, you would stand up to him and say, Mr. President, we need to allocate that money.
Senator, in 3 days, President Trump will take an oath to uphold the Constitution and the rule of law in this country. He will do that, and I'll be glad to hypotheticals, which is what you're asking me to do, but what I will tell you is that as Secretary, I will do the same. I will deliver the programs as the
Well, it's more
laws
than a
dictate.
hypothetical, with all due respect, and I apologize for... It's more than a hypothetical. It's based on experience with withholding money from Washington State and elsewhere. I am really disappointed with the statement that saying that, quote, we won't give the government put out all these fires. He's got a problem. You will agree with me, holding disaster his duty and of
Senator, leadership has consequences.
ask you yes or no, with all due respect. It's
Well, friends, if you haven't heard, the Pope is going to be opening, a series of apparently, holy...
My wife sold her engagement ring that had been